So talking about biological bases of behaviour, in your profession, is it important to understand people's basic functions? You mentioned before about health and
It's really important to understand things like physical development. I remember doing some work with some children and suddenly remembering that children don't have binocular vision until they're 9. And so there were certain kind of, things that these children couldn't understand until their physical development, would be able to take in that. What's that called? The peripheral vision. Yeah, in terms of understanding their safety and so on. It's very helpful to say to a parent, look, they don't have peripheral vision. So that's why it's really important that you kind of hold their hand when they're walking across the road and things like that. So, those things are very important, and having that knowledge helps you work with people.
And what about clients that might come to you who are suffering from depression? Or
Well, I think that, that's a very broad area, isn't it? And very contested, but I think it's very important to kind of not be rigid in your understanding of somebody's emotional and behavioural life, and to kind of be conscious that there might be physical causes for emotional and relational difficulties, and the other way round. Yeah, very much.
Is it important in your profession to understand the role of the brain in behaviour?
Well, we've learnt so much about all of that over the sort of last 15 years. It's just been so very explosive in terms of, amazing information. And it is really important to understand brain development and, the sort of pathways that get laid down through habit and to understand the different aspects of how our brains drive our behaviour. I probably think that on the science side of things, like I said before, it's so important to kind of understand that science doesn't explain everything, and on the other hand, it's really important not to forget that science does explain many things, or at least really enriches our understanding.